And I like to thank Mr. Saravanan, the principal and moderator, Professor Kavya. Thank you so much, Mr. Saravanan, and such a pleasure to share my experience, to share my views about what is it required in order to get a perfect corporate job for you. Since I worked in corporates for 15 long years, so I have a view. I managed a team of around 100 at my last assignment when I was working with ICICI. So I was a regional manager there. Under me there was a area manager. Under them there was sales manager. Under them there were financial services consultants. That was the kind of team alignment. So it's my responsibility to recruit the team for myself, as well as to help my area managers and sales managers. So I used to meet a lot of youngsters, especially people from fresh out of college. Mostly in my team, when I was with ICICI, 80 percentage of the people are from fresh out of college, and 20 percentage are experienced people with 1 or 2 years. So I'm going to share my experience of how I recruited people and what is it I always look for when I interview young minds, when I interview freshers. So those things I'm going to share it with you. I'm sure that it will be helpful for your career also. See what after this pandemic, after this particular lockdown and everything, one thing is very sure that you will have relatives, you will have guests at your home visiting you people, right? Correct? So whenever people visit you, relatives, neighbors, or your father's colleagues, your parents' colleague, anybody who comes and visits you, what is the first thing they ask or they do? You know what's the first thing they ask? Your parents will introduce you to them, and the father will proudly say that, okay, he is my son, she is my daughter, and she is studying in so and so school, and she is in the first year, second year, third year, something like that, right? So that's how the standard introduction goes, right? I'm going to ask you a question. So what would be the introduction after 2 years? Assuming that you are in the second year, suppose if the same guest or the different guest comes after 2 years, after you completed the undergraduate, how your parent will introduce you to them? I want people to unmute. I'm going to ask certain questions before I start my program. So you can answer my questions also. So what would be the perfect introduction? See, the introduction to my knowledge would be in two aspects. The first comes the name. He is my son. His name is Vikram. And he is studying in the third year BCom. After 1 year, what could your father say? He is Vikram and he is working for so and so accountancy firm. He is working for so and so company as so and so designation. That would be the introduction, right? So, guys, your profession is going to be your identity forever. Your profession is going to be the identity forever. Assume you go to a marriage. After this lockdown, you will be having a lot of marriage to attend because all the marriages has been stopped, postponed. So whenever you meet the person after 5 years, after 10 years, your parents introducing again, they will ask one specific question. Which college you are studying? If you are completed the college, what are you doing? What are you doing? That would be the question. After completing the college, your name is no more your identity. Now, till the time you are a student, your name is your identity. I'm telling you, I'm repeating you because I spent 18 long years after my college. Wherever I go, whoever I meet, nobody cares about my name. Nobody cares about my name. People care about what I do. That is the most important aspect. What I do. So can you introduce yourself? I want students to respond me saying that, can you introduce yourself without saying your name or without saying your profession? Is there is a possibility? I want you to guys to try out your creativity, try something new, because creativity is the most interesting aspect of life. So be creative, introduce yourself, unmute, and let's say that who is having a perfect introduction. But the terms and condition is you should not say your name, you should not say your profession. Is there a possibility? Is there anyone can dare to accept the challenge? So I'm going to give you, let's say, 30 seconds, because we should not be wasting time. Your time is precious, so as my time and everyone's time in this webinar. I hope there are 150 people there in the webinar. So I'm starting my stop clock now, 30 seconds from now. Introduce yourself without saying your name, without saying your profession. So it's 30 seconds is over. So it is very obvious, right, guys? It is very obvious. So your profession is your identity. You can't deny that. Nobody can't deny that. It doesn't matter you are a male or female. It doesn't matter what name you hold. You can be Saravanan, you can be Ramasamy, you can be Sanjay Ramasamy, you can be anybody. What matters for you is what you do. So why I am saying that is, profession is such an important aspect in your life. Look at your life. Today you will be at 20 years, more or less. Those who are in the first year would be 18, 19, and those who are in the third year would be 20 or 21. So that is average of 20 years. You have another 50 more years ahead of your life, 50 more years. In the total 50 more years, what is so important is that you are going to dedicate your life for the profession, for money making, for life. Life is not only about studying from first standard to undergraduation and then 2 more years of post graduation. No, you are preparing yourself to meet life. This is, you are in a preparation stage. This is where you get your academics. This is where you get your all the skills. This is where you get all the competency in order to go meet someone called your life. So profession is such an important aspect, very important aspect. Your respect, whether how you should get respected or how you should people look at you, everything is dependent only on an aspect called what you do. What you do is such an important aspect, my friend. So I'm going to help you in next 20 minutes or 30 minutes, depends upon the how the webinar goes. I'm going to say certain aspects. What an employer, more than an employer, a manager will see. There are two aspects. One is an organization. There is a requirement for organization, but most importantly, it is a human touch. It's a human connect. There is a manager is going to interview you. So if you convince the manager, you are done. Your job is done. You are going to get placed. So what does a manager expect out of fresh year students? That's what we are going to discuss for next 20-25 minutes. So I'm going to introduce a concept. This is how I selected all my people, and I'm telling you, my team is one of such a high performing team. Mostly then high performing, it was an integrated team. That means that everybody knows each other. It was like a family. So if you want, see, I'm sure that this is a phase of life. College is a phase of life I would never forget in my life, because such a bonding among friends, such a high bonding. Even after completing the time with my friends, I go back and then I spend time with my friends at their house or at some common place. So Mostly in my waking up time, 80% of my time I spend it my friend only. That is called college life. The if you step into your work, your profession, 80% of the time you spend in your work. So it is all the more important that you should choose a right company, you should choose a right profession. And it is a very competitive world. If you are not prepared enough, if you are not equipped enough, you will never get the right opportunity. You will never get the right opportunity. Always there are opportunities. Even today we are in COVID-19 lockdown, economically slow situation, but still companies are hiring. Today also there are news in the market that TCS is hiring, Infosys is hiring, ICICI is hiring, HDFC is hiring. There are opportunities. But the only situation is, if earlier there would have been 10,000 position open, today they have only 1,000 position opens, but there are 1,000 positions still open. Are you one among them to going to grab that 1,000 seat? There are only 1,000 seats available with ICICI. Are you one among them? Are you equipped enough in order to grab one seat on 1,000? So that is the question. If that is the level of competition, then you have to all prepared in order to grab that opportunity. I will start the session with saying a definition of luck. There is nothing called luck in this world. There is nothing called luck. The luck is, the definition of luck, you can go search in Google. If you are prepared and if the opportunity comes, the preparation for that particular opportunity demonstrated, that is called luck. Always people will have opportunity. Why they miss that opportunity is they have never prepared to make the most of the opportunity. If I have to say in Tamil, அந்த சூழ்நிலையில அவங்க வந்து பயன்படுத்திக்க மாட்டாங்க. You have to prepare yourself. You need to make out of that situation and the opportunity you need to click. So there are three things it's extremely required for a student in order to get the job, fancy job, the desired job, anything. I'm going to introduce a concept called 3C. 3C. Alphabet C. The first C is coachable. When I recruit a candidate, I always look for whether the candidate is coachable or not. Why it is coachable is such an important phenomena is, you are already studying economics, you are studying various academics in college. But when you step into corporates, there are some more things you need to learn. Academic is a gateway to enter into a corporate. It is just to provide you a gateway to enter into a corporate. Once you enter into a corporate, you need to learn many things in order to survive yourself, in order to emerge yourself victorious in the corporate, because lifelong you should be a learner. Even today, CEO has coaching sessions. CEO, the top-notch employee of a company, the top employee of the company, he has something called coaching session. He dedicates at least 10 hours in a week, 10 hours. Every CEO at least dedicates 10 hours in a week in order to equip himself, in order to upgrade their skills. Believe me, guys, it happens every day in and day out. Such a top-notch position, you think that the CEO knows everything. No, he does not. He still learns. Only the learner emerges victorious. Only the learner emerges victorious. If you feel that I have done enough, I have completed my studies, let me enter into a corporate, I have studied whatever I have to study for rest of my life. If you have this attitude, my friend, I never ever recruit that student, because the learning starts the moment you step into the office or a corporate. You should be a lifelong learner. The attitude in life should be such a way that you should be always coachable. I'll present you two players. A player like skilled, very skilled, high skilled player is the best among everyone, but he doesn't listen to his coach. He doesn't listen to his coach. And the second player, he is an average player. He has skills. He is an average player, but he is highly disciplined and he is listened to his coach. Whom you think will be the good player at 2 years afterwards? Who will be the best player to emerge victorious? The player who doesn't listen to the coach but he has the skills, or players who have only average skills but he listen to the coach? A player who is can be average, but if he listen to the coach, he is coachable, he is a learner, that particular person emerge as a victorious person. I am telling you. I'll tell you a real life example also. How many of you know Sachin Tendulkar? I'm sure that nobody would not know Sachin Tendulkar. He is a legend who needs no introduction at all. Sachin Tendulkar, he needs a man who needs no introduction across the world. When he debuted in international cricket, the time he started playing his cricket, another high skilled person, I used to call him a very, very high skilled person. I don't know how many of you remember this name called Vinod Kambli. He was also debuted along with Sachin Tendulkar. Sachin Tendulkar, Vinod Kambli are very good friends. They are very good friends. But let me tell you, Vinod Kambli cricketing skills are far, 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 far ahead of Sachin Tendulkar. Far ahead of Sachin Tendulkar. His skills, his batting skill, his stroke, his fitness is far, far ahead of Sachin Tendulkar. And they are best friends. They hold a record, world record of playing together with the partnership run of 700. They still have the record. So they are very best friends. They play together, they learn together, and fortunately, they joined the Indian team together. But today, everybody knows who is Sachin Tendulkar, but only very, very few people know who is Vinod Kambli. I am sure that most of you might not heard his name, Vinod Kambli. Simple fact, continuous learning, attitude in life. That is Sachin Tendulkar. He was so disciplined, he was a continuous learner. He used to hit the ground 5 a.m. in the morning every day, even after he became a legendary Sachin Tendulkar. Even after he became a legendary Sachin Tendulkar, I will quote you an example why he is such a person. He touched the heights of life. If you guys want to touch the heights of life, follow this example. We already discussed about the CEOs are still learning. Look at Sachin Tendulkar. You know, if you don't know, Sachin Tendulkar retired right after the World Cup final. When India won the World Cup final, he retired himself from the international cricket. So India qualified for the finals. Okay, India qualified for the finals, and when there will be always 2 to 3 days of rest day between semi-final and final. So Yuvraj Singh was the star player during that particular World Cup. He was the star player, and he is the only player I would say that if India won the World Cup, he contributed immensely on that particular series. He played phenomenally. He played a phenomenal game throughout the series. Throughout the series. So Yuvraj Singh, he woke up at 5 o'clock one day morning, just before the final, and he seen that Sachin Tendulkar practicing his strokes just a day before the final. That is his final day in the international cricket. Suppose if someone is playing for the final day, people would not be doing the rehearsals. Who will do the rehearsals? Who will do the practice? If we go on going to play for the next 10 years, 5 years, 1 year, they will do the practice. But Sachin Tendulkar, he never take even the last game so lightly. Even for the last game also, he put his 100%. He has given this best of his cricket. He was coachable. He was with his coach on the pitch, on the ground, discussing with the coach about the strokes. And he was a lifelong learner. And he is a legend. If you want to touch the top of your profession, one skill, the first skill, most important skill, you need to demonstrate to your employer is, sir, I am a lifelong learner, continuous learner. I am a coachable person. What is important is when you attend an interview, when you sitting on the interview, you tell him a story, you demonstrate that you are a lifelong learner. That is extremely important communication you need to communicate to your employer. If you communicate it properly, trust me, guys, you have an edge over others. You have a complete edge over others. First skill. I'm going to a second skill. Second C is commitment. Guys, commitment. Commitment is nothing but accountability. See, when you step into a job, you will receive a salary, right? You will receive a salary. That is called, in other words, it is called as compensation. You do some work and the company compensate with money for the work you do it for the company. That is what the agreement between you and the company. You give the work, they compensate with the money. But you know, more than 70% of the employees, I am telling you, the statistics say 70% of the employees, they are lethargic when it comes to the work. They don't show the commitment. They don't show the commitment. You know, if you want to touch the height of your career, if you want to be the top of your profession, commitment alone will help you. Commitment alone, the accountability will help you. If your boss says, if your manager says, okay, I want you to get done this particular work, if you accept that as a job, as a responsibility, give your 100%, get the work done on stipulated time. I always see people gives excuses. There are two things in life. Either you can complain, either you can excuse, you can find a way and get the work done. There are only two things in life. There are people who complain, give excuses. Always they find excuses. It is easy to find excuses. But there are certain people who complete the task and walk out as a superstar champion. Find a way to get the job done. Find a way. When you accept a responsibility, that is called commitment. When you accept a responsibility, complete the responsibility. He expects you to complete the responsibility. If you want to go higher, if you want to touch the top of your profession, commitment is most important aspect. I always see people taking their job so lightly. Never take your profession lightly, because that is life. In 70 years of your lifespan, first 20 years you spend as a student, and last 15 years you are going to spend as a retired person. Rest 40 years, which is 60% of your time, you are going to work. You are dedicating your life for work. So without commitment, if you want to elevate in your career, it is just challenging. I would say it is impossible, because I have got multiple elevations in my life, multiple promotions in my life. All the promotions come when I show the commitment in completing the task, in completing the responsibility. Guys, the second C is commitment. So when you sit for the interview, demonstrate that somewhere in your life that you are a committed person. You tell them a story. It always has to be the story. You tell them a story that you would be asking, what are your three strengths? You would be asking. This question would be definitely there in any one of the interview. If the question does not come, you put yourself that, okay, I wanted to tell about the three strengths of myself. One is I'm a continuous learner. Second is commitment. With this statement, you need to back it up, demonstrate with 2-3 examples. He would be asking, demonstrate a situation where you displayed this particular trait, displayed this particular skill. You should be in a position to explain it in your real life. So think of certain situation you demonstrated commitment. That could be your project, or that could be your sports achievement, or anything. So we discussed the two C's. One is coachable, continuous learning. Second one is commitment. Third one is very simple, very simple, which is character, which is honesty, which is character. Without character, without integrity, you reach any heights, you can come down very fast. I wanted to tell you this example. I worked in an organization called ICICI. I looked up a person. He was the CMD, Chief Managing Director and CEO of the particular organization. She was a lady. I don't want to pick up her name. So she was the managing director. She held that company for 10 long years. Most respected person in the particular company in ICICI. She was most respected person, most respected. And she worked in the company for more than 25 years. Look at the respect. She was the topmost person. But you know what happened? There was a scam on the particular person during her career in ICICI. And that particular incident, that particular event pulled all the name, whatever she have gained in her complete profession. Guys, you can reach any height without integrity. That height is never a permanent height. That place is never a permanent place. I'm telling you. Character is such an important aspect. Moral, integrity, such an important aspect of life. When you meet your prospective employer, all I want you to demonstrate three example situation in life that you are a continuous learner. You are a committed person and you have the character called honesty and integrity. I'm telling you guys, whatever the number of people attending the interview, you are sure to walk away with the appointment order. I'm telling you, if any candidate comes to my office, knocking the door of my office and demonstrating this career, I would be the most happiest person to recruit him. So remember this three C's. Continuous learner. Number two is commitment to the work what you have. Number three is character. So with this 30 minutes of my time, I am concluding this webinar and I'm happy to take questions, anything and everything you want to know about the corporate. Looking forward to meet up in another forum like this. Thank you very much. See you soon. And I wish all the success in your career.